guys, it's Shriya here and welcome back to my channel Beauty and the Code. आज के वीडियो में मैं आपके साथ Plum Goodness Body Loving का परफ्यूम शेयर करने वाली हूँ, रिव्यू शेयर करने वाली हूँ. And this one is called as Tulips Don't Lie, and this is an eau de parfum. I've gotten a lot of requests for this particular perfume review from you guys. This is a latest launch from Plum, and so many of you wanted to know my thoughts about this fragrance, how it performs and everything, like a complete summary. So that's exactly what I'm going to do today. So let's begin. Before we do so, make sure कि आपने मेरे channel पे subscribe कर दिया है, you hit the bell notification and you follow me on Instagram. And now let's get started. So let's talk about the packaging first. Whoever has done the packaging for this fragrance should definitely get a hike, because this is such a gorgeous box packaging. Like, the outer packaging is super duper cute. The graphics made here are just super nice and bright. They communicate a lot about the fragrance itself. I love the design that they have made here, and पीछे की तरफ पूरी details mentioned है. Now 50 ml of this perfume of eau de parfum concentration is priced for 899 rupees. I think it is decently priced. Anything that is like below 1000 and has like 50 ml to it, I consider that as a kind of like a decent pricing. And especially Plum runs a lot of offers on their website time and again, so you can get this around 799 or so. That's the pricing that I got it for, because this was a new launch, so it was not on heavy discount or something. There was just like 100 rupees off, so I took the chance and I bought it. Now, talking about the perfume bottle itself, it looks like this. Comes in a glass bottle with ombre effect of transparent to pink. Kind of like looks familiar to the outer packaging. I would have preferred if instead of this white, there would have been a yellow to pink ombre, or if we would have like yellow tulips made on it. I think that would have made this fragrance bottle really attractive, but that's not the case, and it's okay. Very basic packaging, I'd say. Very travel friendly, just goes easily in the sling bag, in the laptop bag. It just takes very less space, so I really like this, and I can like carry this around my purse and go with it whenever I want to refresh it. The cap of it came broken, that's why it kind of looks foggy here, but it's not supposed to look like this, but there is a crack here, and because of that it just looks very odd. And I kind of had some perfume deposit also at the rim of this perfume, so not very good quality is what I'll say. Like, the attachment and the cap, I did not like the quality of this one. The atomizer is rose gold in color, and let's just spray and I'll show you how the atomizer works. So the quality of the atomizer is good. It diffuses the product really well, and a very fine mist kind of atomizer. Now, talking about the perfume itself, I will first give you a gist of what I feel when I spray this, and then I will tell you the notes breakdown. So this has a very strong rose presence to it. Again, that typical rose peach domination is there. I don't know what is with Plum perfumes, but most of their perfumes come with that rose peach combination. Like, it's always there. Like, these two combinations are most of the time present in Plum perfumes for some reason. So this is supposed to be a tulip heavy fragrance. Believe me, tulip is there, but it's not a tulip heavy fragrance. It's kind of like a fruity rosy fragrance, kind of like a very fresh fragrance in its category. Fresh floral, we can call it, with some fruity nuances to it. It has a crispness, a sharpness in the opening, which is probably coming from the fruits that are present in this, and then it goes into kind of like this rosy fragrance vibe. So the tulip is present in the top note, so that's not something that gets carried till the dry down. Gets somewhere faded in between when the rose enters the picture, and rose is pretty dominating in here, and it kind of enters quickly. So since tulip is part of the top notes, it does not carry forward throughout the fragrance, which I felt was missing, because this is Tulips Don't Lie. So I felt that tulip should have been in the mid notes, which should have been the most dominating note in the perfume, but that's not the case. Rose kind of overtakes the position. Now let's talk about the notes breakdown in here. This has tulips, pomelo, apple and grapefruit. So I told you the freshness is coming from some fruity elements, and that's exactly what it is. It has a green apple feel to me, like it's kind of like a sour, freshly cut apple wala feel. So I feel that it could be the green apple, but it does have the juiciness. Mid notes are rose, peony and peach, and base notes are copaiba and musk. Now, this is a very people pleaser kind of a fragrance. It's a very bright, uplifting, daytime wear kind of a fragrance. And you know, in the dry down, it definitely has a strong powdery feel to it. Uh, I will, if I have to explain this in one simple definition, this smells like a fructis shampoo. Like, you know, it has this freshness, like ekdam freshly hair wash smells like this. So now I think I'm giving you a better picture. Instead of saying powdery, I should have probably said shampooy, because yes, that's exactly what I feel about this one. It has a marine aqua freshness to it, along with some fruity nuances, and definitely that rosy, rosy musky kind of a dry down, which brings powderiness as well as kind of like a fresh shampoo. So just imagine that you have used fructis shampoo and you are feeling like nice and clean hair situation, and you're just drying your hair, and when you are like trying to dry your hair and you're moving your hair around, you're getting the wisp of this fragrance. That's exactly what this smells like. Now talking about the performance, kind of like around 2 to 3 sprays of this perfume gives me around 1 hour. Consider 3 spray as 1 hour of longevity. So you do kind of have to overspray this to get a good longevity. And I technically don't mind that, because this gives me the control to make how potent I want to make my perfume. Because some perfumes are very potent and with one spray they start giving you headache. So this is not a nauseating, headache inducing kind of a fragrance. It's kind of like a soft fragrance, slight bit flirty, playful as well. So I kind of find it a good thing that you can like use 2 to 3 sprays and you can get this to work for 1 hour. So with number of sprays you can control that longevity. I don't mind the longevity of this. Coming to the projection, this is a very soft projection kind of a fragrance. It's not going to like project for the whole day. Even if you get the wisp of this, only you are going to get the wisp of it. It's not going to like be radiating to 2 feet away from you. That's not gonna happen. So it works better in the close proximity, and this is kind of like a very flirty, playful sort of a fragrance. So I do see this appropriate for a like a romantic lunch situation, and I find it also kind of like a very casual wear sort of a fragrance. It's a good office wear, good casual wear. It's nothing special or something, kind of like an everyday sort of a fragrance to me. And coming to sillage, I told you that this is a soft fragrance, doesn't project much. Same goes with sillage. It's quite moderate, doesn't fill the room. Only if you are in the close proximity you will be able to get the wisp of this fragrance. Otherwise it's not something which like creates a very hefty, heavy bubble around me, scent bubble around me. So it's that kind of a fragrance. So overall it is kind of like a playful, fruity, soft, fruity floral fragrance, kind of semi romantic as well. एवरीडे बेसिस पे पहनने के लिए ये काफ़ी अच्छा है. नथिंग ग्राउंड ब्रेकिंग अबाउट इट अगेन. लाइक it's not something that I've not smelled before. This DNA is very known kind of a fragrance, and the only con that I feel majorly is that the tulip is not heavy in this fragrance. The rose is more heavier. So only if you like rose in your fragrances, go for this one. Otherwise you give it a pass. I kind of like the scent profile that is here, because it's very kind of like a uplifting, freshy floral for me. And I actually enjoy rose fragrances. Like I don't mind rose fragrances at all. I find them to be very timeless, ageless, and sometimes I also feel that they have a 90s vibe to them. Sometimes they do smell kind of like dated. I'm not saying that this one is. I find this to be a very modern sort of a fragrance and something that can be worn throughout all the ages. What I'm trying to say is, sometimes rose fragrances have a different beauty to them. So only if you enjoy rose fragrances, you go for this one. If you are a white floral girl or if you're a gourmand person, this is definitely not for you. My overall rating for this fragrance is kind of like a 7 out of 10. Uh, Not super duper impressed with this fragrance because it's not unique for me, very generic kind of a fragrance. But I like the pricing, I like the presentation, and I like how basic and simple it is for everyday basis. So I kind of like that thing about this fragrance. So that brings us to the end of the video. I hope that you liked the review. If you did, hit the like button. Support my channel by subscribing, hit the bell notification, follow me on Instagram, and I'm gonna see you very soon in my next video. Bye.